Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will talk about the life of a billionaire. Actually, it kind of does, and I Combinator co-founder Paul Graham explains why. Graham's startup accelerator program yielded a few billionaire founders of its own, including Dropbox's Drew Houston and the founders of Aram. Graham points out that Google and Facebook run Page and Zuckerberg as much as they run their companies. They can never enjoy regular activities or do things spontaneously the way the rest of us can. Mark Zuckerberg will never get to bum around a foreign country, Graham writes. He can do other things most people can't, like charter jets to fly him to foreign countries. But success has taken a lot of the serendipity out of his life. What adds to the stress? Billionaires can never publicly complain about how tough their money-filled lives sometimes are, because everyone else will freak out. In a Stanford talk about how tough it is to be an entrepreneur, Graham says how all-consuming running a startup, even once it becomes a multi-billion-dollar company, can be. Here's an excerpt. Larry Page may seem to have an enviable life, but there are aspects of it that are unenviable. Basically, at 25, he started running as fast as he could, and it must seem to him that he hasn't stopped to catch his breath since. Every day new shit happens in the Google empire that only the CEO can deal with, and he, as CEO, has to deal with it. If he goes on vacation for even a week, a whole week's backlog of shit accumulates, and he has to bear this uncomplainingly, partly because as the company's daddy he can never show fear or weakness, and partly because billionaires get less than zero sympathies if they talk about having difficult lives. This has the strange side effect that the difficulty of being a successful startup founder is concealed from almost everyone except those who've done it. Mark Zuckerberg will never get to bum around a foreign country. He can do other things most people can't, like charter jets to fly him to foreign countries. But success has taken a lot of the serendipity out of his life. Facebook is running him as much as he's running Facebook. And while it can be very cool to be in the grip of a project you consider your life's work, there are advantages to serendipity too, especially early in life. Among other things, it gives you more options to choose your life's work from. However, I am blessed to have friends who are billionaires. As a tech entrepreneur, I've formed professional and personal relationships with wealthy people in other industries. One of my personal friends is a billionaire. He's not a billionaire in the fragile sense that his net worth includes creative accounting that hypothetically might be worth $1 billion. No, this guy is the real deal. He is the creator of an insanely successful business in a massive industry. He is brilliant, hardworking, and supported by his family members. As his friend for the past 7 years, I've spent a lot of time with him, learning, talking, and trying to learn from his success. One thing I've learned is this: our voyeuristic obsession with the lives of billionaires isn't going to be satisfied if we're hoping to see lavish displays of opulence and excess. Instead, what you'll probably see is calculated decisions of frugality and prudence. In other words, billionaires live pretty boring lives. Every day isn't a wild party with entertainment from Beyonce, bottomless Dom Perignon, and free Ferraris for everyone. Being a billionaire is quite different. Here are some of the things that I've learned from my billionaire friends. It's not about fulfilling a job. It's about a job fulfilling you. Do billionaires have to work? Probably not, but most of them do. Usually, they do so because they really like what they do. They choose to work because they love to work. Although my billionaire friend is technically retired, he works 30 to 50 hours a week for the sheer love of the game. Yes, they buy yachts, but not for the reasons you might think. Billionaires buy yachts, right? Of course, that's the cliché. But why do billionaires buy yachts? For show? For pleasure? For a lack of anything better to do with their vast coffers of wealth? My billionaire friend owns a yacht, even though he doesn't seem like the yacht-owning type. His boat is massive and obviously very expensive. That might be a pretty high price for a super clean toilet, but my friend considers it a worthy expenditure. The yacht has more than one bathroom. In fact, it has a helipad, huge luxurious suites, and a beautiful pool. For him, the yacht is not a status symbol. He uses his yacht purposefully, to entertain and to enjoy experiences with his family. They spend extravagantly on experiences. Do all billionaires have really nice homes? No. As a case in point, my friend's home is nice, but not as luxurious as you might think. There are fewer than 600 billionaires in the United States, but he lives in a home that thousands of less wealthy people could afford. He doesn't have any Bentleys, Bugattis, or Rolls-Royces in his garage. His idea of a fancy car is a late model Camry. What does he spend money on, if not cars and houses? Experiences. The high net worth individuals I'm acquainted with spend money to obtain experiences. They don't brag about these experiences or flaunt them like some reality star on Instagram. Instead, they seek experiences that build family memories or fulfill personal interests. One of my friends gifted his son with a jet fighter ride over Moscow. He is also a Titanic hobbyist, so he took a submarine expedition to view the wreckage. By comparison, more people have visited outer space than have visited the sunken Titanic. Experiences don't have to be extravagant to be memorable. And that's the point of the experiences, to build memories. My friend knows that experiences can pull this family closer together. He gets to watch his children learn and grow through their experiences. Memories last longer than money, and they are far more meaningful. They don't just give their money away. When someone is wealthy, they get hit up for money all the time. There's an expectation that a billionaire will give vast sums of money to their family members, charities, relief organizations, and religious organizations. What few people realize is how complicated it is to give money away. Donating money, especially charitable contributions, involves complex accounting procedures, tax records, and financial transfers. That's why ultra-wealthy people hire an organization or individual to manage their philanthropy. My billionaire friends and acquaintances are generous givers, but the way they give their money away really surprised me. Here are some of the things I learned. They gave their money away before they had a lot to give. Generosity is part of one's character, not a result of one's net worth. My wealthy friends were making generous donations before they became wealthy. As their wealth grew, so did the amount of their donations. Make sure to watch the full video. Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.